is the fact that there's a difference between civil protest and a fucking riot. And that's exactly what these are. It's pretty much riots to a point. Because people don't know how to actually follow certain rules, like fucking throwing on tents onto a fucking property, and then get mad because you're getting arrested. Like, how the fuck does that make any sense?
And they want to sit there and protest on the side of a well-known terrorist group that does fucking horrendous things. Whether or not you agree with whatever a country is doing, but if you have a well-known terrorist group sitting there saying all this stupid shit, why the fuck would you sit there side with them anyways? And the sad thing about it is there's a majority of these people that are in this protest that this fucking terrorist group would kill them because they live alternative lifestyle or live in a certain standard that they wouldn't tolerate that shit. How the hell are you going to sit there and protest with an organization like that when if it came down to it, they wouldn't hesitate to kill you?
Not a lot of people see it like that, dude, because nobody knows how to pay attention. And again, it all comes down to the same exact thing we've talked about. Is the fact that people listen to what the fuck the goddamn news tells them.
Yep, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks this, but you have all these people that are sitting there protesting and saying death to America and just anti-American type stuff. Whether you're patriotic or not, that's teach their own. That's your right as a fucking U.S. citizen. But at the same time, if you're gonna fucking yell that at the middle of a protest and you're not from here and you're on a fucking student visa, I'm a firm fucking believer. Pull that goddamn visa and fucking send them back. It's like, you know what? Then fuck you. If you don't want to respect this country that you're in, then get the fuck out.
Yep.
Simple as that. Just get the fuck out.
Fuck them.
But you want to know something else that I found in my research? You know that how the hell I'm gonna butcher this fucking name. Corinne Jean-Pierre, the chick that does the White House press briefings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know she's a Columbia alumni, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that explains it all. For example, here's a prime example, and I've come across, I don't have the video up here, but I came across several videos. We had students that were sitting there talking about how they pretty much they felt like they were being indoctrinated because they had to submit papers in the view of professors. And that right there's a prime example of how a lot of these students, their minds, the way they would view things, are changed over time. Because not everybody's strong-minded to be able to stand to their virtues and stay with it. Some people are easy manipulated, and it's not a knock against them. It's just the way it is. Everybody's all on the different ends of the spectrum, and shit like that is a prime example of how that happens.
Right.
And a lot of these fucking professors fucking make it seem like they're more important than what they are. It's like, no. You're just a fucking glorified, overpaid teacher. I think one of the worst fucking things to happen to universities is the concept of being tenured where you can't fire me, whatever the case. It's like, no, I think it's just like fucking Congress. You should have a certain amount of time you'd be able to teach and get the fuck on somewhere. Let somebody else teach, because a lot of these stuff is so outdated.
I agree, 100%.
All right, you know how they were sitting there talking about how they had demands and all this other shit, right?
Yeah, with the fucking ceasefire and shit.
No. See, a lot of these, I mean, granted, some of them are a little bit different, but from what my research is, I'm going to read you off some of their demands.
Which, by the way, the ceasefire we'll talk about next episode. Because there's a lot to get in with this fucking shit.
All right, well, I'll just read them one at a time, and if you want to send a comment afterwards, we can. First one is divest all Columbia finances from all companies and institutions that profit from relationships with Israel. Okay, here's my standpoint. Whether or not they're doing what they're accusing them of, I don't know. I didn't do the research. I just don't give a fuck. But here's the thing, though. If they are, on the off chance that they are, I'm pretty sure that that's not a new concept to begin with. Am I right?
As far as I'm aware.
No, I'm saying though. You would say that it'd be easy to argue that it wouldn't be something fucking new. So that right there tells me, well, if that's the case, then why did you choose to go to college there?
Right.
So what you're telling me is you didn't do your due diligence to see, okay, what does this college stand for? Do they have the ideologies that I agree with? How the fuck are you going to sit there and join a college and, oh, well, I don't like what you're doing, so I want you to do this, this, and that. And the whole while, they're going to be sitting there looking at you while they take the money to the fucking banks like, well, okay, you can protest all you want. You're still going to fucking owe me money, you idiot. So not only are you going to sit here and protest and pay me money, but there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to graduate because you're a fucking idiot. Academic boycott, sever ties with Israel and universities. Amnesty for Palestinian students and allies on and off campus. Oh yeah, that's always fucking great.
Yeah.
Defund public safety and for the university to disclose and sever all ties with NYPD. Yeah, that's always fucking worked out. You got all these people that wanted to defund the police. How well is those communities going?
Yeah.
I mean, because you got that one fucking city that pretty much told everybody, it's like, hey, after a certain time, don't bother calling up here because we don't have the police to cover it. But yet, we're going to defund all these fucking areas.
Yeah,
that's working out real fucking well.
Defund the police, but then when somebody kicks in your door at your fucking home and you want to call the cops to try and come help you, and then they don't show up, then it's like, oh, well, the police never fucking showed up. Well, guess what, dumbass? You're the one that wanted to rant about fucking defund the police, and look what happened.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those communities that are sitting there crying about it now. It's like, hey, we need all this. It's like, this is what the fuck you wanted. This is the byproduct of what the fuck you want.
Right.
You'll love this one. For colleges and Columbia universities to release a public statement calling for an immediate, permanent ceasefire in Gaza to denounce the ongoing genocidal against the Palestinian people and call on government officials to do as well. Yeah, because that's going to really fucking cause them to have a ceasefire in Gaza. Hey, I'm going to stand on this podium and say, hey, stop ceasefiring. That's like walking up to two motherfuckers slugging out. It's like, hey, stop fighting each other. Hug it out. Stop fighting. Yeah, that's going to fucking work.
They just put that ceasefire out, and fucking Israel refused to go ahead and agree with it due to the fact that it doesn't meet some of the standards that they wanted about the whole thing. So Palestine, they put it out, and all the Palestine people were fucking celebrating because they were like, fuck yeah, we won. And then fucking Israel came out and was like, no, you can go fuck yourself. We're still fighting this. And that's where they were like, well, fuck, they just want to kill people. And it's like, no, dumbass. It's the fact that you just blew up a bunch of their shit, and now they want their get back.
Let's see here. The next one is, this one's kind of fucking stupid, but an amendment to a student protest that was started in 2008 about a campus expansion, no land grabs, whether in Harlem or the ancestral lands of the Lenape or in Palestine. Yeah, okay. That was so fucking stupid, I'm at a loss of fucking words. But I will say, though, did you hear about the protest at the Alabama University?
No.
Okay. You want to know how fucking horrible that our current president, Biden, is doing? That you got two sides of it. You've got a pro-Israel and pro-Palestine chanting together in unity. Pretty much realizing how much of a fucking shitty fucking president he is, that they both started chanting, "Let's go, Brandon." You realize that, like, take Columbia University as far as the protest and how well that fucking went. Hence, those of you that are audibly retarded that can't tell the difference of sarcasm from truth, that how well the Columbia University issue protest went, how well that is, that if you have somewhat of the same setup over there and how bad that you have to fuck up as a president to see that these two sides started coming together and chant, "Let's go, Brandon." That right there speaks a lot to his leadership. But he has, what was it, the quote that I wrote down? One of his campaign things that he went under was knowledge and unifier, that he's got the experience. He has fucked more shit up and it caused more wars than I can remember. This country, I'm a lot older than you are, and I've seen this country, that this presidency is the worst I have ever seen it. It's not just
fucked up in his first hour in office.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And like I said, it's not a matter of whether I agree with his politics or not. I myself